Hey guys, I'm Cassandra. Welcome back to another LightMAYker' video. Today I want to talk a little bit about deleting the drama from your life. And I was trying to come up with a name for this video, and that was, I think the best way I can sum it up is really being able to delete the drama from situations in our lives that we allow to run crazy around our minds, right? And so right now I'd love you to think of a situation perhaps that feels a little heavy, maybe that you're feeling a bit of drama in your life around, and let's really clean it up. So I think this is, for me, this is really separating the facts from the story you've created around it, and this has been a tool that has been super effective for me in my life, is really seeing, okay, what is actually going down, right? Now you can say, a lot of times you'll do this with people that you're dating, or maybe you'll do this with business colleagues. Nowadays with emails and text messages, it's so easy to just add in your own drama because you can't have that you don't have that face-to-face experience, or even, on the phone hearing their voice and hearing that, the tone in which someone is saying something is so important. So we add drama sometimes by adding a tone, by coloring in a story that's actually not in the literal transaction. So what I do sometimes for my friends and clients is say, okay, if there's, when they're feeling like stressed about a situation, they're feeling like so-and-so's thinking this, or they want that, or whatever, is break it down to, okay, what is the isness, or whatever, what actually is, what actually happened. Let's write down the play-by-play of this scenario. So let's say the play-by-play is, I'm trying to think, okay, so you're emailing with someone for a work thing. We'll use that one first. And you email and you're like, hey, I had this great idea about this, and, I just wanted to follow up with you about this, whatever. Hope you have an amazing day. Looking forward to talking to you again. They get back to you. Sounds great. We'll follow up. Whatever. You don't hear from them for a week. And then maybe you email again and say, hey, just wanted to follow up. And they're, and they, email you back something like, forwarded this to Amy and we'll follow up on whatever, right? So it's pretty much just like this back and forth exchange, as almost everything is in our lives, right? And now all of a sudden, perhaps you've created this scenario by adding your story to it, that so-and-so doesn't like you, so-and-so thinks you're annoying, she's not really whatever, and maybe she's just being short because she's busy, or that's her email shorthand. She has a lot on her plate. We honestly don't know, and either way is a story, honestly, that you're creating. The only facts we have here is that you said X, she said Y, you said X, she said Y, and innately, in either of those dialogues, nothing really was communicated that would directly input that she doesn't want to work with you, or she doesn't like you, or she doesn't respect you, or anything like that, right? This is all a layer that you're adding to it. And when we can yank that layer out, we can actually have a better conversation, because all of that is energy, right? So if you're feeling all this like tension and like awkwardness around so-and-so who you're emailing, then they're going to feel that. There's going to be a weird energy in that relationship. And a lot of times, you can't control what's being felt on the other side, but you can absolutely clean up your side of the street about it and say, you know what? This is the situation. This is what happened. I reached out about her about this. She said she would follow up. I followed up again. And she said that she was forwarding it to someone else or whatever, right? And that's what happened. And it doesn't have to be, she doesn't have to be your BFF, and she doesn't have to dislike you, but that was the transaction you had, and we can sit in just the transaction of it and allow ourselves to peel back the story that we've clung to it. Then we can really delete the drama. And oftentimes this happens a lot in romantic relationships, or even, with girlfriends going back and forth, and you're sending stuff over text messages, and you're not clearly communicating what's going on. So there's a lot of room these days to add a lot of drama, to add a lot of story. And I think it's really important to constantly be deleting the drama in your life. To be, going in there with the vacuum and just sucking it out, because it creates this space that's really, it's lowering your energy and it's putting you in a funky place. And it's, it's changing the frequency that you're vibrating at if you're holding on to all this drama that is really unnecessary, right? He said X, you said Y, he said X, you said Y. That's what happened. Exactly what he said, exactly what you said, that's what happened. Everything else that you add to it is you adding to it. And oftentimes, the greatest thing, I think, sometimes if you really get deep in a situation where you're seeing the X, Y, and Z, but you really don't know how to read it, is to just clarify it, right? Is to just clarify it. To say, hey, I'm feeling this way. I just want to put it out there and clarify it and communicate that. And I say that with a grain of salt because I think you really have to be conscious of the situations to do that, and you really have to be on your own drama deleting patrol, right? So that when you're in a space where you're like, okay, well, I've been deleting the drama and I've been deleting the drama, and like this is a repeated thing that's been happening, and now I'm going to go in for some clarity. And just be like, when you speak to me like X, then, I assume Y, right? And I just want to clarify it because I want us to be on the same page, right? And, I'd say 99% of the time, it's never that the person, doesn't like you or wants to disrespect you or is trying to hurt your feelings, right? Give the other person some credit here. It's that our minds and our egos and our fear and all of our little craziness that goes on inside wants to add this drama, right? And distract us from doing other amazing things with our lives by getting caught up in this silly transaction. So I hope this was helpful in you deleting some drama out of your life. Again, in those situations where you feel like you're caught up in something that's going on, you feel like you're really having your energy drained, take a minute, write out the play-by-play, write out the actual steps of it happening. If you were to write, the direction for a short film of the situation, where you write out exactly the actions that were happening, and then see where you're kind of adding the emotion and the direction on top of that you can just delete. You can just delete because it's not serving you, right? Let me know in the comments below what kind of drama you were able to delete, because I can't wait to hear from you and see how you've used this tool. And if you like this video, give me a thumbs up and share it with a girlfriend or a friend of yours who you know is getting caught up in her story and needs to return to the isness and delete some drama. Don't forget to subscribe, guys. Thanks for tuning in.